Alright guys, it's been a while. I'll show you some things before I head up to where we have all the baby stuff. But this is buckwheat granola. It has no oats. It's buckwheat, almond, sunflower, pumpkin seed, and then the base is made from mashed banana, a little maple syrup, a little honey, salt, and a little coconut oil. But you could easily omit the oil. Did not have high expectations because I've tried quinoa, just quinoa granola before, and it was disgusting. I thought that it would pop, and I guess you can put quinoa in like a pot like that and heat it up and it pops like popcorn, and it's almost like it becomes puffed. It did not do that. It tasted like I was eating bird seed, so I did not enjoy that. But this, it tastes puffed, the buckwheat. It is so good. I'm so happy to have found a substitute because Samuel and I both love granola, but both of us are not eating oats currently. So, and then here's millet, so I can make my classic millet butter. I've been making that every week because on the weekend we have pancakes, and so I put it on there. And then we have a few new houseplants. We have mint, spearmint over there. Somebody from church gave us a spider plant. I need to take it out of the baggie and do something with it. This is basil from Walmart, and thyme from Walmart. And somebody told us that it's actually the Walmart, they had one from Walmart and it lasted them a very long time. So it's so nice to have fresh herbs. Wow, I feel like it's been so long since I talked with you guys. And then we got from Ancient Grains a huge bag of white einkorn flour, so we're stocked up on that. From Azure Standard, we also ordered buckwheat, which is new. We did not have that before. Organic masa flour. And then we got the Mylar bags to store things in. So this is buckwheat. Oh, we got a bulk oregano from Azure Standard, which I'm hoping, I mean, we just needed the herb, but I'm hoping to be able to make oregano like extract from this, because it's very good for just fighting things off. We got bulk red lentils. We have so many new bulk things. I feel like we're rich. It's crazy. We got all these red lentils. I think I told you guys last time we got bulk black beans, chickpeas, which was new. We got organic cornmeal, and we have more bulk in the buckets. And then we still have our millet and our lentils from when we first moved here. And yeah, maybe you'll see in a later video, I've been able to actually work on some skirts for Etsy. I accidentally made this one a 24-inch waist. I did not mean to do that whatsoever. I don't know how it happened, so I'm thinking of turning it into a children's skirt. I don't know many adults that are a 24-inch waist, maybe back in the Victorian period. But if you are, and you are interested, it will be for sale soon, hopefully. And the rocking chair is new from the baby shower, which, oh, you guys saw that, but the cushions, the good friend of mine got the cushions, so that's very nice. I'm gonna have a little ball that I've been bouncing on for my pregnancy. Samuel and I are reading this book that so many people have recommended to us called Husband Coached Childbirth. That's meant to be, I guess, very good leading up to birth, so we both have been enjoying that. And then I've been reading lately this book, actually not lately, I just got it in the mail today. It's called Anti-D Explained. In the UK, they call it Anti-D, but here you would know it as Rh negative. And it's a whole book on being Rh negative. I'm so thankful because you cannot find anything on Google. It is so difficult. And I finally found a Facebook page where it's a bunch of people that are Rh negative and they talk about it. And they suggested this book. And so I just want to know more. Even if, there's no way out, you still have to take the RhoGAM shot. I want to know what's going on more. So I'm very happy to have this. I've also been looking at some peer-reviewed articles to try and learn a bit more, but there's apparently not that much research on it. But yeah, I guess up until, I think it was 2008, in the RhoGAM shot there was mercury. And they took it out and they said they took it out not because people were being affected by it, but just to be safe. I don't know. I find it hard to believe that people wouldn't be affected by mercury in a shot, but yeah, I I just want to keep learning more and know, you know, why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I guess there are a few people, it's in the articles, that have been able to switch from being Rh negative to Rh positive, but I need to research into it more. But at the end of the day, for my baby's life, of course, I would take the RhoGAM shot. But I want to know more information. And I decided not to take it during the pregnancy. That's a very new thing to start doing. And there's really no need for it from what I've looked into. And I don't want to risk, if there is bad things in the RhoGAM shot, for it to pass the placenta, which does happen, and affect the baby in any way. And this I need to return. It's a friend of mine's book. It's a very good book on natural remedies I've been reading lately. Oh wait, no, this is her book. This is Samuel's sister's book that I've been reading. But yeah, I've just been learning more about herbs. I've really been enjoying that. Been reading these, Be Your Own Doctor, Backyard Pharmacy. It's really great. Things have been good lately. And the pregnancy is progressing well. Something else we just did, we had a bunch of oranges and they were going bad. So Samuel peeled them all and de-seeded them and put them in a freezer bag. And then we saved all the peels and we dried them in the oven. You leave the oven slightly ajar and have it on a very low temperature. We had it on 200 and then I lowered it to 180. And you dry them till they're completely dry and then you blend them. I'm not convinced I completely dried them, so I'm keeping them in the fridge, but this is ground orange peel, and apparently it's very good for healing asthma. So I'll mix it in with smoothies and things like that. But every night, Samuel and I have been putting castor oil and eucalyptus on his chest. And then every day, pretty much, he has, I make a bulk amount of it, a big glass like this of plantain tea. And he has not had asthma I think he wheezed just a few times once because he had been coughing something up or something, and that triggered it a little bit, but that's it. He's had like no asthma, so God is so good. The great physician is healing him. And then for baby, I had the baby shower and I washed a bunch of baby clothes ahead of time and folded them neatly, and I put them all in this suitcase so that they stay clean and everything. So I'm just slowly preparing for the baby. But yes, the reason that we're here today, upstairs is where we've been storing all the baby stuff. We don't have a room yet where we're gonna have the baby. We're just trying to see first, where we'll be. But this is the stuff I haven't washed yet. All the diapers, all the blankets and all that still need to be washed. But yeah, let's get into it. So the point of this video, I wanted to talk to you guys and show you some things that I thought were really essential for having the baby. I know that everyone has like a different list. As my first one, so I'm sure after this, I'll probably be like, yeah, I didn't need this, this, and this I definitely needed more, or I wish I had bought this. But this is just from everything I've been able to gather by watching other people and taking advice and praying about it and stuff. These are the things that I think are most essential. I'm gonna leave all the baby clothes packed away. Basically in that suitcase, it's just essential baby clothes, especially baby clothes for hot weather because the baby's being born at the end of August. And oh my, it's already picking up. This week it's gonna be, I think, in the high 80s, low 90s. This week, it's already Friday. Happy Friday, by the way. But anyways, and then there's also, everything's pretty much muslin or rayon or organic cotton, organic muslin, whatever. But we have light blankets in there as well, and some burp cloths and just some things like that. But yeah, so with this first baby, I did not want to get too many items. I don't like to be bogged down by like possessions. That sounds kind of like silly, but the more that I have personally, the more I like feel it in my head, and it makes me feel like I just hate the feeling. So like if I have a bunch of clothes that I never use, like, and I mean never use them, then I'll give them away where, you know, somebody else could use them more. Because there's no, it just, you know, like it just, and also at the same time, Samuel and I are interested in doing missionary work. I want to, at the drop of a pin, be able to pack up my stuff and be good to go, you know? And if I have so many possessions, then I can't do that. And there's this verse that I love that's something about laying up your treasure in heaven. I actually tell that to myself before I go into a thrift store, because I used to have like a thrifting problem, but God has healed me. But lay up your treasures in heaven. And so I just want the things that I absolutely need. And then later on down the line, I can always buy things if I need more. So for the baby, the baby shower and the registry, I just really put essentials. And then some people really pushed things that I was unsure about, but you know, people have more experience than I do. So I did buy quite a few things that I was like, I don't know about this, but you know, you can always sell it or give it to a thrift store if you decide that you don't need it. But I wanted to start out simple. I don't want to have a room full of all these things. And yeah, we're definitely good on baby clothes. If anything, I think now we might have a little too much for baby clothes, but that's better than not having enough right now. It's a blessing, especially since it was free for us. And if there's things we don't use, maybe save it for the next baby if God blesses us with that, or can sell it or give it away. But yeah, that we still need a few things. We still need some more diapers, and still need just a few more little items. So we don't have everything yet, but I'm just waiting to see what happens first before buying those. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing is Samuel and I are doing reusable diapers. Is that the term? I don't know. Reusable diapers. And we wanted to use the brand Grovia really bad. This lady on YouTube who I enjoy watching, Bridget Taylor, she has a lot of good information. She's a doula and a birth educator. Recommended Grovia. Right when my family went to start buying things off the registry, they let me know that Grovia was shutting down. And so I panically found another site called Assembly. I don't know if they're going to be good, but that's the brand that I have. So I have right now just 3 of these outer diapers for the smallest size 1, and that's 7 to 17 pounds. And then I have 4 outers in size 2, which is 18 to 35 pounds. And then the inners look like that. They're really cute. They look so cute, I think. And then the bigger ones. And I have a lot more of those. I have this many bigger ones, I think 6. And then I think I have 9 or 12 of the small ones. And then off my grandmother for the baby shower got one of these hanging, little pails to put stuff in. So that's very good. And then you guys, we had the baby registry on our YouTube on Amazon. Ordered some of these, and you guys also ordered some of these inners, but some of these just pre-folded classic diapers, just in case, and we have 2 of these right now. And then from a different site, it's called like Babies or something like that. If you guys want any links, let me know. I got these merino wool, very thin little inserts for at night, because merino wool wicks away moisture. So this will help prevent any rashing or anything like that overnight. And you can layer them up as you like. And we have, I think, about 10 of those. And then by the grace of God, actually, it's funny how things work out. My aunt does the reusable diapers, and she uses the brand Grovia. And she said, well, I don't think I'm going to have any more babies. Do you want all our newborn diapers? And we said yes. So we have all these Grovia diapers, and I believe these are the one, like ONE, one diapers, where, because it's attached, the little thing, so it's all in one. And this is good, I guess, for spraying. Oh, and these are organic cotton, the inners, and the outers of these I think are just polyester or something like that, some waterproof thing. And then the Grovia, it says the inner is 55% hemp, 45% cotton. And then, so this is the cotton, and then this is fleece, I think, so that would be polyester. Yeah, so it looks like this is fleece. And then this is some water-resistant polyester. Now for these, we have, I would estimate like 10 to 20. So I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful, because that's the thing that you do need a lot of, is the diapers. And we can have them in all these different little designs, thanks to my aunt. So cute. So yeah, so thankful for that. And the reason we decided to do that is because I don't know what's in the diapers that they use, the disposable diapers. And I'm very aware, I try to be very aware about things that could disrupt our hormones. And it sounds really silly, but like the thing that we wear the most when we get heated up the most is polyester, which is our workout gear. And there's so many bad chemicals in that. When you get heated up, your pores open up and you're sweating. And so many people today, including myself, I think, have hormone imbalance. And it's due to so many things. I think it's pretty hard to avoid these days. It's in our laundry detergents and our fabric and the air, depending on where you live. If you know, the food that we eat, it's everywhere, the things that are disrupting them. BPA and plastic, and then there's other names for BPA that they don't list, and so something can be BPA free and still have this and this. But I want to try the best that I can. And so yeah, what I'm going to do, I have my own homemade detergent. I'm going to try and use that. I've heard that does not work for a lot of people. I'm going to try it using my homemade detergent and then hanging them out in direct sunlight. In my experience, if I have something that is stained with something as bad as turmeric on something white, if I put it out in the sun all day long, the stain is completely gone. So sunlight is amazing, and it takes away the smell too. And I just love bringing stuff off the clothing line, and it smells like sunshine. I love that, especially for sheet wash day. And you get in bed and the sheets just smell so good. So that's why we're doing that. And then I have a simple little nursing apron cover thing. But my aunt also sent me a shirt that has a zipper at the bust, and so there's some options there. But if there's another room I can go into, I'd always probably prefer to do that personally, just because I feel like I'd get really aware of people and things like that. And then I didn't buy really anything for the baby room. Samuel's mom ahead of time had gotten a crib and a bassinet, so we have those two things. And then we have, a car seat and, simple things like that. And then we have the rocking chair downstairs. So I don't have any organization things, but Samuel and I are trying to save money, so we'll figure something out, keep it very simple. The one thing I did get for an organizer is this diaper caddy. You can bring it in the car or leave it, wherever. And right now I just put all the boxed things I got in it, but oh man, I love organization. And so in here I just have this is the stuff that I didn't think that I needed or wanted, but that people had on their registry are highly suggested, and I will see for this first baby if I use them or not. Except for this. This I heard is very good, the Perry bottle. And then my aunt got me Milk Saver. I'm planning on doing exclusive breastfeeding and not doing a bottle at all, because I'm going to be at home with the baby all day long. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. And I feel like I'll be able to find an opportunity to be able to do that. But my aunt brought up a good point and said, if you're in the car and you're driving and you don't want to stop to breastfeed, Although I don't know what you do in that situation. Do you just hand the bottle to the baby? I don't know. But anyhow, she said it is nice to be able to save your milk in case you need it. So I do have one bottle that she gave me. And then all these milk storage things that go in the freezer. And the milk saver. So yes, if I decide to, I might save some milk, and if I don't use it, I think you can donate it as well, which is always really nice. And so I do have it. And then the other things, let's see, is like the Noza Frida thingy. I don't know anything about this. I don't know like if it's absolutely necessary or what, if this is just a new thing or what it is, but I have it. If anyone has any more information on that, I would appreciate it. And then my aunt also got me an electric nail trimmer, which is very fancy and nice, and she said she just had 2 babies, and she said this is something that she couldn't live without, so I'm very appreciative. And then I just have some comfort gel, like cooling packs from some people for your breasts if they get really tender when you start breastfeeding. And then we have a lot of these little like sleep sacks, which are really great. And then just some, and then something that we decided to do is I really want to do, hold the baby in like a little, what is that called? Like a little wrap. So we got 2 different brands. One of them is the Moby wrap. Bridget Taylor highly suggested it, and so we're gonna try it out. And so this is very nice, and I believe it's organic cotton. And then the other one we're trying out it's called the Nyla Sling, I think. And this one has hooks, and you can go across rather. And this one, Nalakai, I think. And this one I also, Bridget Taylor suggested, so we're just going to try it out and see how they are. But yeah, all these things are up here right now because I still need to wash all of these things. And then I had heard that babies do better if they are not, what's that word? Swaddle. I heard that babies do better if you don't put them in a swaddle because like they need to be able to move their arms to be able to learn and things like that, especially while breastfeeding. Other people have said no, in the womb they're all tightened up there, and so to have a swaddle is very, very good for them. And I guess every baby is different, but developmentally I'm not sure. I've heard multiple things. I didn't initially want things like this, but my aunt highly suggested it, and so like who am I to say? I'm gonna try them out and do some more research. So I have a bunch of these and I'm excited to try them out, that they Velcro and wrap, and so we'll see how that goes. But if anyone has any more information, I'm very curious. And then we have a few, we have a little bouncer, and then we have a little changing mat, and I'm getting these just little reusable organic changing pads for them, and then a little diaper bag. And you might be able to see behind me I have this little pillow. I wasn't sure I wanted a breastfeeding pillow, but family said it's very useful, especially if you're breastfeeding them on a rocking chair like I have, where there's not a lot of arm support. So we're gonna try all these things out. And then we're not getting really any toys from family, because we want to have very few limited toys, just very special little things. And so that's something that Samuel and I will buy ourselves. But I did put these little blocks on the registry, which I think are so cute. The classic wooden blocks with letters. And then my aunt got me this little basket, and there's a bunny in there, and so that's cute. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're keeping things very simple and very thankful. And we'll see, if we end up having the baby here, I'll set up a lot in our room. There's not a lot of space in our room, but I'll set up a lot there. And then if we move somewhere else, whatever God has, we'll see, how much room we have. But I just want to keep things very simple. I don't want to overwhelm myself, especially who knows what God has for us. We're looking at, we're just open to go wherever God wants us. So that could mean literally anywhere in the world. So just keeping things light and simple. And I just want to give this baby the best chance it has, as I think every mother really wants to do. And so, yeah, God is guiding. And thank you so much for being here. If anyone has any advice or tips or anything like that, the baby registry on Amazon is still also open. And so I'll put a link for that below. It should be all updated with the things that I have and don't have. One of the things I'm going to get is like lanolin to help diaper rash, and I guess that can help also wick away moisture from the bottom so that they don't get rashes, and just a few simple things like that. But yeah, we're looking pretty set up here. God is good, and so much has been provided. We're very thankful. So yeah, thanks for being here. Happy Friday, and God bless.